Okay, in today's quick tip, I'm going to show you how to make a router bit out of a drill bit. Now the reason I'm doing that is because I don't have a router bit to go into this offset trim router that I have. What I'm doing is I'm working down this surface, these bottom planks and this inner ply. I'm working it down to that surface, to the chine, and I was using my hand plane, and the hand plane works fine on the mahogany planks, but it kind of grabs on that inner ply, and I have probably about an 8-foot stretch on this side and the same over here that I have to work down. And then I remembered that I had this offset router. It's a Rockwell. So I dug this out and I made this little mahogany base for it. And what I'm going to do is just run it along here, and the router bit will be flush with the bottom of this. So it'll not only work in this application, but I think it's going to be useful for in the future. So I dug this out, made the base, and then I found out I didn't have a router bit. So this isn't a collet. There's a set screw here, and it's for a 1/4 inch bit. Most router bits are either a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch shaft. So I didn't have one, so I thought I'll just make one out of a drill bit, out of a high-speed steel drill bit. So I have my drill bit in my vise, and I'm just going to cut it to length. So I'll cut it with the cutoff wheel, and I'm going to grind that as close to 90 as I can get it, and then I'll show you how to sharpen it, okay? Okay, after I cut it to the right length, I just came over to my belt sander here and just sanded it, or ground it. I just tried to get it as close to 90 as I could. I just freehanded it, and this isn't real precise. I'm sure after I sharpen it, there's going to be 2 cutting edges. One of the cutting edges is probably going to be slightly higher than the other, but that's fine. That'll do the work. So after you get it not as close to 90 as you can, I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm just going to back bevel that cutting edge so that leading edge is the first and the only thing going to hit the wood. It doesn't have to be a big angle. So I've never done this before, but I have a good feeling that it's going to cut. See, I'm hitting that edge there. It's a little more to go. Almost there. So that edge is done. I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to hit that other edge, okay? Okay, there's a shot of the cutting edges. You can see there where I ground it on both sides, and then what I did was I just back beveled it, took a little bit of material off the back side, so when it's rotating, that forward edge is going to be doing the cutting. So I'll stop the camera, and then I'll put this in the router, okay? Okay, I'm going to put the bit in the router now. And I'm gonna flush it up to the bottom. Tighten this. It's pretty good. And then I'll take it over to the boat and show you how it works, okay? Okay, I started cutting on the boat and I'm real happy with how it cuts. It cuts real nice. But what I did was, instead of keeping this bit flush with the bottom here, I backed it off about a 1/16 because there's a little bit too much material and I'm going to take it off in 2 passes. So I'll take it over to the boat now. I've got the fan going. I'm going to try to keep that dust away from the camera. But I'm right here and I'm working my way forward. And the cool thing about this is riding on the chine, and so this is going to be parallel to the chine. That's how I want it. So I'm cutting right here, and it's still leaving it about a 1/16 proud. But so I'll do it in 2 passes. I'll make this first pass, and then I'll set this bit pretty much flush with the base. So I'll start it up and show you. So you can see it works, and it's not burning the wood, it's cutting it just fine. So next time I go to Woodcraft or to a place that has router bits, I'm going to go ahead and buy some flush cut bits. But in a pinch, you know, this 1/4 inch drill bit will work. And the reason I made that is because I have these cabinets over here, and I have a bunch of 1/4 inch bits in there. So I could spare one. So they don't cost that much. So that'll do it. That'll do it for the quick tip on an improvised router bit. Okay?